Hey, you guys, it's Denise again. And that last time I was talking to you, and I was talking about high school and my drama teacher. Oh, it just made me so nostalgic, don't you know, girlfriend? So I went back in time to my 16-year-old self when I was cute and I had a big afro and I didn't wear makeup because I didn't know how to put it on. But I didn't need it because I was cute and skinny. Well, I'm still cute. Not as skinny. And I know how to wear makeup. And I know how to pair it with the paparazzi. Look at that. Yeah, can you dig it? Groovy, baby. Anyway, I was just back on to say hey, of course, to let you know that both books are going well, both rewrites. I figured out, I think, what it is that I needed to fix in Touched by an Angel, Possessed by a Demon. I kind of needed another plot twist for it, and I came up with something that I think you'll like. Um, as far as Born Again Twin, yeah, that's coming along quite well. And so I just wanted to just pop in and feel the vibe, baby. Feel the vibe. Okay, I know I'm dating myself, but I know it's a lot of y'all out there too that wish y'all had this fro again. Lord, I love wigs. They are just hysterical. You can do whatever you want to do. Anyway, um, was just coming on with a bit of history about the writing. The very first book I wrote, and actually wrote the end. I actually wrote the end at the end of it. Um, was called Dark Reflections. Dark Reflections is a period piece. It's a pirate novel. It's self-published, so I can't really publish it anywhere else right now. Again, when I get famous and I can say revised, I this dream it came to me as a dream, and it was so flippin' weird because at that moment, at that time in my life, I wasn't writing. I didn't think I could write. I didn't even want to really write. So what happened was I used to have trouble not falling asleep at night. So I would tell myself a bedtime story, typically a horror story, because I'm a freak that way. Okay, I like horror. So I would do this little story in my head until I would eventually fall asleep. And each night that I couldn't sleep, it wasn't all the time, but each night that I couldn't sleep, I would go back to the story and pick up where I left off, keep it moving, keep it flowing. Well, one night, pretty much, I realized that I was sleeping. I'm not having any problems. However, the story was not done. It continued to come to me. And over the course of about 20 years, it took me to write this book. Now, get this, I used hand wrote on a yellow legal pad. Well, at one point, I lost the pad. I go, oh, okay, wasn't meant to be. Of course, I looked for it, but I couldn't find it. So a year passes, and I run across this legal pad. I go, oh, there it is. I look at a few pages. I go, okay, I can continue this. Started writing again. Well, I lost the legal pad again, about another year, maybe two. Found it again, lost it, moved, found it again. By this time now, I've got a big old laptop. Not a laptop, I'm sorry. Big old desktop computer because laptops weren't affordable yet. And I'm writing it on the desktop. I'm getting it in. I'm getting it in. And eventually I got to the point again where I wrote the words, the end. Once I wrote those words, it was like floodgates had opened wide. And whoa, here came all these other weird, crazy story ideas, which I was like, hey. So what I did then was I wrote down each idea as I got it, a little description about it, and that began my writing journey. I took the book, the words, and I had someone, I don't even know how, I went to a friend to ask about an editor. I found this lady who, she edited it for me for free. It's always good to get things for free. She edited it for me and I self-published it. I absolutely hated the cover, but I couldn't find anything else. And I won't say where I went to do this, but I couldn't find anything else that they had available to fit Dark Reflections. Now, my ideal of a book cover was a boat off in the distance, like my baby back there. My boat. My boat. My boat. Yeah. A boat like that. That's actually why I bought the boat. Um, Handsome, fierce pirate, beautiful damsel in distress. However, she's in the 20th century. He's from the 16th century, and he's searching for his long lost love, which he thinks is her, but it's not. And the story progresses, and it's like he's coming closer and closer to get her, and people are dying, and her husband doesn't believe, and she doesn't really believe, and oh, it's just a mess. And then he ends up in their summer house with them, and he tries to kill the husband. However, Dark Reflections was born of my own bedtime story to myself. Stories come from anywhere, man. I tell you. And when I tell you, a lot of you may or may, a lot of you know, some may not. I'm a flight attendant right now. I have been on planes where I'm supposed to be working. That's my former airline. I don't do it now with the new one. However, I'm supposed to be working, and I got my little laptop now because hey, I can afford one. And I'm just typing away, and the call lights are going off, and my friends are like, "Oh, girl, just keep writing, just keep writing. We'll get those call lights." Stories come to me from everywhere. We're sitting on the back of an airplane. It's called the A330, and we were done with everything, done with the service. So this was downtime. And in the short time of my downtime, my break, I wrote a story. I'll tell you about that one later. But I just wanted to give you a little bit about how stories can develop, how they can come to you from anything, any place, dreams, something you see on the street, something somebody says to you, um, nostalgia. Yeah. Anyway, I am so digging this afro wig. I wish I could get my afro back like it was like this. Of course, mine wasn't this thick. Mine, it would stand up about that tall. But then when the wind blew, bad boy would part down the middle, and I'd end up looking like Bozo the Clown. Now I know I'm dating myself again. Anyway, guys, just popping in a little brief background, a little brief history. I'm trying to keep these things going. They're kind of fun. And I think I've learned to take them and do them in one take. This one here is one take, I think, so far. Anyway, it's a little longer than I anticipated, too. All right, you guys. Remember, if you like romance and you're scared of my horror, AfterHoursPublications.com. The books are The Last Cattle Roundup, 1 and 2, The Debt of Love, and Pleasure Island. That one will get your blood flowing to bed. Anyway, with that said, stay groovy, baby. Happy horror.